Coach Jay here with a marathon refueling and marathon training tip for a YouTube question from Felix White. So Felix, the short answer is it all depends on your pace that you're running, the temperature, your ability to handle fluids, on how much fluid you're going to take during a marathon. What I'm going to show you here is probably too much fuel for most people. So I'm kind of going to contradict myself a little bit. You probably want to take less than this, but the math will give you kind of an idea of what you're dealing with. So basically what you have is about 2 cups for every pound lost. So I did this for a particular athlete for a hot race. So the athlete weighed 130 pounds, and we estimated there's 4 water stations per lap. There were 3 laps in this race, and we were going to try and replace 1/2 of the fluid lost, so he wouldn't have a 2% drop in hydration. So here is the math right here. So 5 pounds for him was going to be a 4% weight loss. So 10 cups, 80 ounces. We estimated that 80 ounces would replace all of his water loss. We knew that that was unrealistic to replace 80 ounces in a marathon. So we tried to replace 40 ounces, which is half. So he would have a 2% dehydration amount. And in all of this, we did all this math and we did all this work and we figured it out for these athletes for this race. And honestly, when the race came, we kind of had to throw it out. And I said, you know, drink as much as you're comfortable drinking while you're racing. And the thing that I've noticed is if you have a drink present and you have your gels present, you probably can estimate taking something about every 10K or about every 40 minutes, depending on which comes first. And you can do it off of feel. And you can also do it off of, if it's 90 degrees, you know you're going to drink more. Hopefully you're not having to run a marathon in 90 degrees. If it's 70 degrees, you're still going to have to drink a lot. If it's 40, 30, 50 degrees and overcast, you may get away with drinking less. So it's a really complicated question, and the best thing you can do is practice while you're doing your long runs what you're going to do in the race and see how you feel. One thing I did last year was I drank too much during a long run on purpose, and then I backed down for the next long run. So I think I had something like 60 ounces during a long run one time, just because I wanted to experiment with how I felt drinking a little bit too much. And then I figured out for me, for those conditions, how much to drink, and then I mimicked that in my marathon that came up later. So I know that's not an excellent answer to the question because there's so many variables. That's one thing I do for all the athletes I coach is just making sure that they have an idea of what to take in during their long runs so that when they get to the marathon, they've already tested it and they kind of know and can do it off of feel and off of experience as well. If you have any questions, feel free to comment again and email me at coachj@gogorunning.com.